Dog Ningen, or its other name I can't say, is a manga renowned for its controversy. But at first glance, it's only the main character trying to, what the fuck? This manga is wild, and a lot of stuff I can't say in this video, or goodbye to college, so I will be using the sound effect anytime I would have to say the word. But anyways, at the surface, Dog Ningen is just a controversial manga, but the people don't know about this masterpiece of a story. It's not the best, hell, it's not even top 10, but it's something simply better than what we've been reading for a while. So without further ado, let me tell you about the story. But before that, I humbly ask if some of y'all could subscribe. It really helps me out, and if you just don't want to, you're still supporting me by viewing the channel. So thanks, it means a lot. But now, my name is Rex, and I'm a dog. Nigga. I've never really fit in because of it. In fact, I've never even had any friends. I was created when a drunk old man forced himself on a stray female dog. That bitch died giving birth to me. Because of my father, I've lived my life as a freak, rejected by society. So one day I will find that man and him. Second chapter starts with some guy watching our guy Rex leave the barbershop. He jumps him immediately. Rex, being that dog, weaves that shit, and it's only here where the jumper asks him his name. Why would you jump someone if you didn't know for certain it was him? And Rex responds like, "Ha, you're here to kill me, right?" And then they clash. It gets to a point where the assassin is getting beat so hard, he starts exploding buildings. This is where the story starts to get interesting. The assassin tells him his name is Neo. Like, is it because of the N on his head? Or does the N stand for... And he tells Rex that he was sent by Rex's father to kill him. And here is the best line I've ever heard in fiction. How could Rex possibly respond to finding out his dad sent an assassin after him? Simply by saying, "Then let's go right now. I ain't letting nobody stop me from raping my dad." And I thought chapter 1 ended crazy. Their fight continues in the next chapter, and Rex slams Neo just for him to counter and absolutely obliterate the city. And Rex is now pissed off because the same day I got a fucking cut, this nigga shows up and fucks it up. Neo descends from a skylight, and now they're fighting in the sewer. We get a pretty nice shot of them opposing one another. Then Neo asks Rex a question, and while he is answering, speed blitzes him. And even though in this panel we see the sword go through his head, he somehow dodged the attack and proceeds to hit Neo with a counterattack. They proceed to analyze each other, and they realize that
this nigga
really is built different. They clash again, but Rex loses sight of Neo. Then
Katsure!
Let's go, Rex. You got this. He gets prepared and bites Neo's blade, completely shatters it. Then Neo starts calling him a monster and telling him he deserves to die. Then Rex, unable to move, is confused as shit. Then asks himself, did he stop f***ing time? So what are you waiting for? Kill me already.
Tell me, Rex, do you really plan to rape your father?
Nah, I'm gonna kill him too. Those people just don't deserve to live.
What was his name again?
Don't you dare! Don't you dare say that motherfucker's name!
Like I give a f*** about your dad. Oh shit. I better get back before I run out of energy completely. What? No. He was frozen without a doubt. Then how the f*** did he survive that? If I just keep calm, I can still do this. I can still see myself beating this monster. My fire attacks clearly don't work, but I still need to keep my distance. He's very strong, but his speed is nothing special. My God! What the hell was that?
I thought we were using our special moves. I call it Dark Feign.
You're honestly screwed up in the head. You are dedicating your entire life just so you can end another. And that is pure evil.
But nigga, aren't you an assassin?
I don't think I asked you what you wanted. You will become an assassin, and that is final.
Father.
This causes Neo to start crying, and Rex, being remorseful, tries to connect with him, which leads to a backstory for Neo. He's drawing in his room when his pencil breaks, so he decides he's gonna go sharpen it. Then all of a sudden, he starts to hear footsteps, which causes him to go into panic. It's his dad, ready to beat his ass for missing training. He, in shock of being found drawing, tells his dad he'll be there in a minute and gets bashed into the wall, and his dad screams.
I said now!
He notices the drawing, then acts straight out of Boondocks.
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?
Then suddenly,
Stop! Why do you need to do this every time? He is late, so what? Give him some slack. He just took some time to draw. Is that really so bad? Besides, maybe he doesn't want to be an assassin. Maybe you should try asking him what he wants. It's a really good drawing, honey.
Thanks, Mom.
No, it's not! Stop gassing that little nigga up. We both know he won't become an artist. He need to be dedicating his time to being an assassin. It's the family business.
Mama!
Huh? I guess I'll forgive you for now. But this is your last up. I will be expecting you in 10 minutes. Also, one more thing. That drawing. Let me finish it for you. There we go. I drew the other eye.
I don't want to be an assassin. I want friends. I want to draw. But I can't even draw a friend. Why do I feel like this? My dad doesn't even let me talk with other kids. I just feel lonely.
holy shit, this art is beautiful. With this, Neo accepts that he must be an assassin, and we go back to him and Rex in the sewer. I unironically have had this as my wallpaper for 2 years. I don't know why, but I just love this page. There's just something so nice about it. In the puddle, Rex tells Neo, just f that nigga. It's your life, not his. I don't know if he means f as in forget or f as in rape, but I don't know. Then Rex tells him if his dad is stopping him from achieving his goals, he should just rape him. Then Rex asks for the money that Neo owes him for messing up his cut. Then Neo makes a pretty great point about how he doesn't owe him shit because he bit his dick off. And then Rex, running away, tells him, I hope to see you around, Neo. Now this is where chapter 4 ends, and chapter 5 is completely different than anything previous in the manga. It starts with Rex looking at the news about the fight he was in, and turns out 4 people ended up dying. Rex gets pissed off hearing this, and some guys try to call the police on him, but he disappears within the blink of an eye. For some reason, the art gets really bad on this page, and then some kid trips over the guy that tried to call the police on Rex. Rex, still thinking about the 4 dead, says he should have been more careful, even though it wasn't entirely his fault. He thinks to himself if he really is a monster. He starts thinking this over and over again until the same kid from earlier trips over him. Instead of getting mad like the last guys, he just says some generic, kids these days line. Then all of a sudden the kid starts to trip again while a steel beam is about to fall on top of him. When all of the sudden, Rex dashes towards him and catches the beam on his back, then tells the kid, you fall a lot, don't you? The kid, looking upon Rex's figure, only sees the worst and calls his savior a monster while running away. Why is it always like this? I know this feeling way too well. I can't say I'm not used to it. I try to help, but what does it matter if they just run off screaming? I try to help, but they just call me a monster. After this, Rex heads home and contemplates about the emotions he is feeling. He feels so much pain, but he doesn't even know what he is feeling. He's like this until he sits back and asks himself, what should I do? And then, just rape him. What? What the f was that? That wasn't a dream, that much is for sure. Does that mean that? No, I shouldn't do it. It was just a joke. I don't actually want that. Then the chapter takes away from Rex, and we see some guy on the phone talking to someone. Turns out it's Neo, and he's leaving the assassination organization. He blows up his phone, and he has made up his mind.
I'm snitching.
Well, that's the entirety of the first volume summed up as best I could, and now let me talk about it. The amount of prose in this manga is surprising. Firstly, even though the art can be hella choppy at times, it can get spectacular, and it's the right amount of exaggeration in the art style to get me hype over the full page attacks. The only real con I have with this manga is that sometimes the art can get kinda bad, or hell, I don't even know what is going on the page. But that really is the only thing that isn't really that bad about the manga. Story-wise, it is really intriguing to a point where you can't put it down once you start reading it. It's basic, but so absolutely outlandish at the same time. Which goes into another thing I love about this manga, the dialogue. There's nothing more hilarious than reading a story where the characters have no filter. If you've watched The Boondocks, you can understand. And then the characters. I was absolutely surprised at how deep the characters can get in just the first volume of the series. Especially with a story having the premise like this one. In the last chapter of the volume, we get to see how Rex feels the way he does, and why he absolutely hates his father for making him a monster. I was really captivated by chapter 5, but unfortunately I haven't read past it in like 2 years. So if y'all like this vid, or even just my content like this, tell me and I'll consider making a part 2. But until then, this is my review of Dog Ningen. Check out the original of course, stay humble, and subscribe.